night class. We asking everybody in class, while we wait for the brothers and sisters to tune in, to like, share, should be already subscribed. You know, we appreciate, we're going to say the water to everybody in class and everybody online that has been liking, commenting, you know, on the videos, right? We got some news that a lot of these shorts that we've been sending out, the brothers been putting out, you know, on these different social media platforms, TikToks, you know, Instagrams, YouTube, Facebook, they have been getting traction. And what is this all for? It's all for what? The glory of the Most High. To get the Most High's word out, to wake up our brothers and sisters. Con? We're not trying to be the famous camp, we're just trying to do our part. Con? Again, while we wait for everybody to log in, just a couple of reminders, a couple of announcements. We do have the feast coming up. The memorial of the blowing of the trumpets is going to be October 2nd at sundown to October 3rd. Sundown. Once again, memorial of the blowing of the trumpets, October 2nd at sundown to October 3rd at sundown. And if you are in the Virginia area and you are, you know, you feel like you're part of the school, part of the body, you're welcome to join us. Just hit us up. Also, trying to be forward a year ago, you know, for all those that plan on, you know, fellowship, keeping the Most High, the Lord's Passover, right? It's not just your school, your camp, it's the Lord's Passover. We will be keeping it this year with the brothers and sisters of our Rochester, New York camp. God, and for the brothers, you know, members, troopers, and up, you know, we want to start getting your money in for the garments so sisters could start early this year. So they're not at the last minute, you know, sewing garments the day before the Passover. Con? So, I mean, we're in September, you know, kind of when the sisters started already, so, you know, start dropping your money. You know, start dropping your money so this way the sisters can get done and not have to be working at the Passover. So, once again, Passover this year will be in Rochester, New York. Right? We'll get the date for brothers and sisters. Also, don't forget to check out our other avenues to get the classes, to get the knowledge, the wisdom. You have S.O.W. Rochester, New York. They're dropping some heat. Brother Zion up there. All the brothers up there, sisters. We also have Sword of Truth, our brothers out in San Antonio. Really dope classes. Houston hasn't started yet, but they will be coming. They will be dropping their classes once again on YouTube. You know, let's be patient with them. We have some brothers and sisters that have consistently checked in and supported. Just be patient with Houston. You know, they're working on a few things over there. In the sense, and again, they're working out things. Alms is definitely needed. It's appreciated. You know, we're doing our part. We ask that you, if you've been benefiting from the classes, from the wisdom, you know, from the shorts, from the Israelite Media Corps, we ask that you, you know, help us out with the alms. You can send all alms. What is it? Oh, Zelle. Zelle to Priest Kazakian, 757-300-4047. Once again, 757-300-4047. Just make sure that you write in the memo what the alms is for, right? Whether it's for the helping out with the utilities, helping out with the rent, you know, is it a love offering, you know, peace offering, you know what I mean? But it's good to see brothers and sisters here tonight. Oh, another way to help support is Chosen Creations. Chosen Creations, we got a few of the brothers in here wearing the this month's subscription shirt, right? We got the matching headband, as you see, with the matching shirt. And you can even get a matching tunic too. You know,
that's right.
Yes, sir. Right? You know, we are the salt of the earth, so you know that means we have flavor. There's nothing wrong with that. So that's another way that you can support through Chosen Creation with your custom-made garments. But any questions? Any questions? Live? All right, well, we're going to get started.
watching the news? Any of y'all watching the news? God. One. You gotta watch the news. If you ain't watching the news, man, you're not seeing what's really happening. Gotta keep your eye on the news. Tonight's class, you can label do benevolence. Do benevolence. All right. One of the topics we wanted to touch over for the brothers and the sisters. Look, while the world is coming to a halt, this kingdom is coming to a halt. We got to still keep doing what we're supposed to be doing in the spirit. So the news is good. The news is good, but it's about staying busy in the spirit. You got a lot of brothers and sisters that are going to get distracted and do other things and fall back out there in the world, fall back to the flesh. So you gotta stay in the spirit, man. These times are ending. But y'all should be watching the news to see what's really happening. Do benevolence. Look up the word benevolence. And if y'all got anything different, then we're gonna read it. Do benevolence. This is an important one when it comes to relationships. When it comes to a man and his wife. What does it mean? Do benevolence. Okay. So benevolence is the quality of being well. The quality of being well, meaning or kind. It says it refers to a desire to do good or to act in a way that benefits others. This is benevolence. It says often through charitable actions, generosity, or goodwill. That's what benevolence is. It's a Latin word. It comes from bene, meaning well or good, volenti, meaning will or wish. Thus, bene volenenti, goodwill. So, y'all got anything to add to that one?
God.
Something else to add?
God.
What you got?
It says, accompany with a desire to promote their happiness.
Okay, accompany to desire to promote their happiness. So, why does a lot of relationships go bad? Because both parties, the male and the female, is not working on the benevolence part, which is goodwill, right? It says, showing kindness and goodwill without expecting anything in return. It was associated with a moral virtue and was considered an essential quality of a good and just person. Right? So this is what benevolence is. And as we read the definition, you can kind of see, it's kind of different than what a lot of brothers and sisters think. You know, it's kind of more, the mind state is a different look at it, right? When you think of do benevolence. And the reason why we're bringing out the word benevolence, go to 1 Corinthians 7 and 1.
God.
1 Corinthians 7 and 1. So why aren't relationships, the fire continually burning? Because there's not always, the parties' intentions are not goodwill towards one another, right? That's not the mind state. It's one is trying, the other's not, or the other starts trying and then the other gave up, right? Someone is hurt, so they get in relationships and can't even think on this mind state of goodwill, right? Because I was done wrong, so now I get in a relationship and all it is expecting, right? Expecting for one party to do and then the other party that doesn't. Now, go ahead and read that.
1 Corinthians 7 and verse 1.
Right,
Now concerning the things whereof he wrote unto me,
right.
it is good for a man not to touch a woman.
So Paul is reminding us that, man, what is the best thing to do as a human, right? And this is wisdom. This is wisdom of the Most High, right? What's the better thing to do? Not touch one, right? Go ahead.
Nevertheless,
But everybody don't got that power. Everybody don't got the power to be celibate, to be eunuchs, right? Everybody don't got that power, right? I don't want the power right now. You know what I mean?
Amen, brother.
Right? I don't want. But some brothers are like, yeah, I can do without. And doing without doesn't mean that you over there once again fondling yourself.
Right.
Right? It means literally that urge doesn't bother me. Right?
right.
Male or female. That's male or female. Right? Go ahead.
Nevertheless, to avoid fornication.
But if you're going to be jumping around and jumping into relationships, jumping from one bad relationship to the next relationship, go ahead.
Let every man have his own wife.
Then get a wife, right? That way you won't endeavor into fornication and a lot of times adultery. Especially now in this day and age, you literally are just sleeping with another man's wife. Go ahead.
And let every woman have her own husband.
And she have her own husband, right? So to avoid fornication. But let's get into the subject of the topic. Go ahead.
Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence.
So let the husband render to the wife due benevolence. So it's you're going to have to take on a duty when dealing with a wife. You're going to have to take on a duty when dealing with a husband. That benevolence, right? What is due to the wife? What is due to the woman? Right? Hold on one second. What is due to the wife and what is due to the husband? What is due? Anybody? What is due to the wife and what is due to the husband? What? One thing. What is it?
Kindness.
Okay, kindness. What else? There's no wrong answer. There's no wrong answer. You're thinking like, well, now I gotta give one thing. No, it's kindness. What else is this? Respect. What else? Oh, you got what else? What?
Attention.
Attention. Right? Does the wife only want attention?
Wow.
Does the husband only want attention? So the do is what? Realizing that both of you need attention, right? What? Consistency, right? There needs to be a consistent fervency to pursue kindness, right? What was the other one? What y'all say? Respect. What else?
Kindness.
We said kindness, respect, and what else was the other one?
Attention.
Attention. So, absolutely, right? Who else had their hand raised? What? Go ahead, Ira. Submission. Right? Now, we know in their order, right? Right? God, Christ, man, and woman. But regardless, who doesn't think the man submits to the woman? Who doesn't think the man submits to the woman. So it's clear that the man submits to the woman. It's obvious the man submits to the woman. Now, not like America says, I'm holding your bag, you yelling at me in the street, right? You know, you're like, she's approaching you and telling you, nigga, I told you don't do the bills like that. Not that submission. There's a subjection to her needs, to what she needs, right? As a woman, right? What else? They need anything else? What?
Bowing the ear.
Listening.
Like listening, bowing the ear.
Bowing the ear, right?
Come.
Bowing the ear. So listening to each other.
Come. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you nailed it. That's one of the most important. What?
Long suffering.
Oh.
There you go. Now we get deep. Long suffering. So who needs long suffering? Both. You see, so benevolence is the pursuant of these things continually. And when you don't want to give that benevolence, then you are no longer part of giving the other person the things that are due and really keep the passion of the relationship going. Right? Because if a person don't give you attention, then what happens? You think the person doesn't care, right?
Right.
If a person don't give you, don't suffer long with you and don't put up with the things that you need to learn, then there's no what?
Forgiveness.
There's no what?
Forgiveness.
There's no forgiveness. You see? So what we're seeing is a lot of times these relationships don't work. Why? Because, first of all, which one of your mothers and fathers sat you down and told you how to be a husband and how to be a wife? Raise your hand. Really? Hold on. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. You said, put a ring on it. That's what you said?
Not the way they're supposed to.
Well, listen, let your yay be yay, your nay be nay. Did they teach you or not?
I mean, I just had a real good example.
Oh, okay, let me finish with her. Go ahead. Did they teach you or not?
So my father, they did teach me some of the quality, not all of them.
Oh, yeah, tell me one quality they taught you, sis.
Well, with my mother and father, they taught me both together as a team to, that the man was the head of the household. And this is my stepfather, shall I say. He taught me that the man was the head of the household and that was supposed to be a respect factor. His word was supposed to be the final word.
So how come you didn't respect the man then?
Pardon me?
How come you didn't respect a man?
I was stubborn.
Because he didn't teach you why.
Right.
So he didn't teach you. He didn't teach you. Like, you can tell somebody, oh, the man's the head of the house, but if he's punching you in the face, or if he's out going from woman to woman, how have you been taught? So I'm gonna ask again, did he really teach you? Hell no, he didn't teach you. Hell no, he didn't teach you. Not like the Father teaches us. You was gonna say something, Reggie.
Yeah, I mean, I just had a good example. I just saw how, especially when my mom was sick, but, just growing up, how, my parents, they were just there for each other, and then, till my mom passed away, my dad was still by her side, taking care of her and making sure she was straight, making sure she stayed out the hospital, took care of her himself.
All the way to the end.
All the way to the end, yeah.
So your dad didn't give up on your mom.
Never gave up. And my mom, if my mom, she wouldn't give up, my mom wouldn't give up her life because she just wanted to make sure we were straight. You know, every time.
So did they teach you that?
I mean, I seen them. I saw them. You
That's
know.
all what I'm asking. Did they teach you that?
My mom.
Did they teach you not to give up?
Yeah.
So you don't give up on your father, and you don't give up on your mother, right?
I get frustrated. Yeah,
But you don't give up.
I don't give up.
So that quality you took, and that's something that you cherish, you kept, right?
Right.
Okay. What we're gonna see is that not like the Most High shows us. Like what our parents did. Some of them had natural affection, which is good. But a lot of times, we didn't really know why. Like she said, her father told her to, or father and mom, man is the house, but why? Why? And then, why she didn't apply it? What you was gonna say? You didn't have your hand raised? Who had their hand raised back there? Oh, it was you? Oh, you're going back to benevolence, consideration. You need to consider one another. Right. Absolutely. Everything y'all said was right on spot. It was right on point. So read that in scripture again.
God, let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence.
Right? So there's things that are due for in a relationship when dealing with each other that you cannot deny for each other. You cannot deny these things. Right? You cannot deny long suffering, kindness. You cannot deny what? Say it. What y'all saying? Consistency, respect. What else?
Long suffering.
Long suffering, communication. What else?
Attention.
Attention. Like you cannot deny those things. That is due to each other. See, when you stop giving that to each other, then you stop understanding what a unit, what a body, what love, what a relationship is.
Your eye is no longer singular.
Right, it's not on the Most High. Go ahead.
And likewise also, the wife unto the husband.
Right?
The wife hath not power.
Right, so likewise the wife to the husband. So, the wife got to realize the husband is not Terminator. Oh, he doesn't have no feelings. I don't have to really pay attention to his feelings or his wants. Because why? He doesn't really care. You see? Then the husband can't say, well, you know what? Her desires are not what I want. Right? And ignore what she needs. Now, mind y'all, what are we talking about? We're not talking about wicked desires. If that's the case, I'll start with the man. You know, she don't do what I want to do in bed. She don't sit on the 40 bottle with the whole crew and she's just not giving me the due benevolence. You see why you gotta say that? Because inordinate desire, you start to act like, well, see, you're not giving me what I want.
Right.
Well, the man can be like, well, you're not giving me what I want. Right? Okay, so then the woman, you can't come back and you can't say that. Well, what you want, is it in accordance with the Most High? Right. What he wants, is it in accordance with the Most High? Anything else is what? Inordinate affection. Y'all agree with that?
Aye.
Now, here we go back again. We always going down this road. Who knows what's in order and what's out of order? You see why relationships are damn twisted? Because nobody really knows what is in order and what's out of order, and the pursuing of what you want is really selfishness. It's really not based on the Most High.
God.
So what we're doing is reestablishing what relationships are really. What that benevolence is, what the kindness is that you're giving. Because you don't know. Shut up, give me a beer and a sandwich. That's not benevolence. Like, that's like, just shut up. That's it. Remember, that's all we wanted, right? In the world. Shut up, sex, and a sandwich. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Huh? The three S's. Shut up, sex, and a sandwich. And you thought that was what? Like, if I get that, I got a good woman. But she got on ass shorts, and the bottom of her ass falls out of her shorts when she's in Walmart. That, you think, well, that's due benevolence. Listen, bruh, she gives me sex, sandwich, and she don't give me no problems. She can dress any way she wants. We got backwards, man. You're backwards. Why y'all laughing?
We was there.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, read out.
Verse 4. The wife hath not power of her own body.
And that's what, see, this is what benevolence is. Benevolence is you realizing that it's your duty in a marriage to give what is due to your husband and what is due to your wife. You don't got power no more. You forfeited that power when you said, I thee wed. Right? Yahweh, bring us together, not after lust. Right? You said what? I gotta deal with this individual. Y'all see why marriages are suck nowadays? You see why statistically the marriages in the last 8 years have plummeted in American society? Because nobody wants to what? Commit, dedicate, be together forever. Right? And they don't want to be a swipe hole because they're realizing what? Damn, I'm a TikTok hole, I'm an Instagram hole. I'm just like, I watched this whole thing the other day how they're like, these communities in New York, they're like tired of dating apps. So they're all meeting at one place and what? Running together, and then they all go eat together. It's like 40 people, right? And that's how they get to know each other, right? They're like, I'm done with dating apps. So they want to get back out in the real world and actually now, what? Communicate with humanity, right? You see, they're lost. No way is America giving us the solution to keep these relationships together, to keep love in our relationships, to keep unity, kindness, long-suffering, all these things that the Most High requires, that the Spirit, through the basic instruction, tells us. They don't know. You see why you can't go after what America tells you?
Right.
Because the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High.
God.
So, yeah.
Can you explain why it says the wife has not power over her own body?
A wife has not power over her body because she is now subject to you. And you know what? When we read down, it's going to go into that. It's gonna explain that. All right, power over her own body. Go ahead.
God. But the husband, and likewise also, the husband hath not power of his own body.
So nobody has power of their body anymore.
Right.
You're now subjugated to the individual that you're with.
God.
Right? Well, he raped her. How the hell he raped his wife? How come that never says, well, women raped him? You rarely hear that. Yeah, what happened, man? My wife raped me last month. No, what happened? She just took advantage of me, man. I was tired.
She tied me up to bed.
I was tired, and I was like, not tonight. She tied me under the bed, and she rolled me. She rolled me into the heavens. Huh? Why you don't get that? Why you don't get that? Like, she raped me. Bruh, you know why? Because this society is geared towards women.
Right.
The fact is this. Both of us, males and females, are subject to each other. You are now his, she is now yours.
Right.
There ain't no raping. Right? Now, nobody, that being said, I shouldn't have to tie you down when it comes to just this small aspect of a relationship. Sex is a small aspect of a relationship. Right? But a meaningful aspect of a relationship. Right? It's a small aspect, but it's that meaningful to your relationship. For the males and for the females. Right? Who thinks it's important in a relationship? Raise your hand. Yeah, who thinks sexual relationships?
You want to have children? Yeah.
No. I want you to, not based on the Bible, I want you, how you feel, to tell me, is it a necessity in a relationship?
Yes.
Raise your hand. Okay, right. You see, that's why I like La Shabar. La Shabar be having issues, but she'll tell the truth, though. Well, when you sometimes, anyway, she'll tell the truth. La Shabar, when she's in class, she'll tell the truth. She's right. A lot of women would feel like, I don't think that really is that much important in a relationship. Right? But her man might be like, yeah, it is. So now we got what there?
Division.
Well, we got somebody that has to step up to the equality, or else what is due in that perspective is not going to be due or done. You see that? Because if she's like, well, it's really not that important, but it's been 3 weeks, then what happens? If it's been 3 weeks, you said what? Oh no, right? So she might be like, well, my mind's on other things. And he's like, it's been 3 weeks though. My mind literally has been the whole 3 weeks. Right? So this your body is your husband's and your body is your body is your wife's. That's real. That's part of the relationship. Brothers and sisters don't realize that. See, America's so dumb as hell, man. This is why it's like, because they don't teach the balance and the equality of these things. Now they're telling the woman what? Your body's your body. Not when you're married. When you're married, your body is your husband's body, and his body is your body.
That's right.
That's it. Right? She might need an itch to be scratched. You got to scratch it. Right? Well, who had their hand raised over here? Go ahead, Shawasha. You said you had young sisters ask you what?
He was newly married or unmarried, who asked him. If I say no, I don't feel like it, and he still does it, he forces himself, is that not right?
We in America. Yeah, in America it is. That's why you gotta watch. Like, you can play the game if you want. Now, what I'm doing is I'm reminding you what the devil uses. But biblically, we know, no. It just said, you're subject to your husband. Now, that being said, let's get some realness here, because we're all grown-ups. Which one of y'all will just take it? Like, being a husband, being a man, will you just take it from her?
Nah.
No, let's be real. Which one of y'all is the type of ninjas that be like, listen, roll over? Oh, I'm tired, bruh. Nigga with a roll over. Right? American Neho, right? Which one of you would just take it? That's a whole nother subject. Because, first of all, at this time, you should realize she doesn't comprehend benevolence. That's why we're going over this topic. Not because of the sex aspect, because whether it be sex, kindness, long-suffering, putting up with each other, gentleness. What is due to the husband is due to the wife. Like when one checks out, then there's no more benevolence. Y'all get that? Y'all understanding? So hold that. We're going to pause on 7 and we're going to get back there. Go to a definition of what?
Render.
Okay, go ahead.
Render, I think it's very important. When you read verse 3, let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence, and likewise also the wife unto the husband. Without understanding what that word render means, is you'll be like an American wife and say, I'm too tired. You'll use that you don't understand what you just signed up for.
Right.
What you're in a contract, a lifelong contract to do. Render. It says provide or give a service, help, etc. Whatever the help or service your husband, your wife needs, their needs come before you. If that's something that you can't stomach, well, that's why we do not the American. We met on Instagram, now we're married. We go to Vegas, we got married in the drive-thru, or you got the big fancy wedding that you spend $50K on, and you realize that this man has needs that you have to provide, or this woman has needs that you have to give for life. Render.
Perfect. That is beautiful. So, listen, we're in 1 Corinthians 7. Oh, that's beautiful. Go to, so are we understanding what this is about? What is benevolence about? Tell me, somebody, just one person. What is it about, Lakai?
It's about giving back to each other what's needed.
Giving back to each other what's needed, right? Simply, right? Go to Philippians 2 and 4. So, benevolence, literal, the biblical definition. You know how we just looked that all up? And we looked up the definition, and I looked up the definition too, and I'm like, yeah, that's good. But it just ain't hidden like the Bible definition. Are y'all listening? The definition in the dictionary is not hitting like the biblical definition. What it means to give each other due benevolence, right? Read that, Philippians 2 and 4.
Philippians chapter 2 verse 4. Look not every man on his own thing.
Right. It says what?
Look not every man on his own thing.
So what is benevolence based on? Read on.
But every man also on the things of others.
Right. It's based on I gotta give you what you need. And I can't think about my needs. Right? Come? So, shut up. That ain't gonna ride. Because what does a woman want? She wants what? Okay, let the women talk about it. Let the women speak on it. What do you want? What?
Respect.
No, right. You want respect. Okay, I like that. You want respect. What else? The one-on-one, right, the connection. You want the connection. You want the connection, don't you? Like, you want to vibe with that person, right? And that's the face he has on him right now is like how men feel about it. Like, could we vibe after sex? We were like, but she wants to vibe. So there's got to be a give and take. You got to be able to give her what she needs. She got to be able to give you what you need. There's got to be a consistent, and it has to be consistent. If anybody, check this out, and I'm not going to jump ahead. Whoever shuts down first misses the point and shuts down the motion of the machine, right? Like, when you stop wanting to vibe with her, then she what? She shuts down and she doesn't want to what? Be physically with you. Well, when you shut down and being physical with him, then he doesn't want to vibe with you. So who shuts down first? Right? Like, because if you shut down physically, I don't want to, something's wrong. I'm like, why want to talk to you when you ain't connecting on the level that I want to connect on, right? I look across the room, every man, I'm like, okay, the men think alike. It's not only but you see how we're different than women? The requirements and the desires are different than what, like, even in that in itself, how we look at each other, and I'm looking at y'all, and I'm not getting the feeling like, yeah, brother, I just want to vibe with her first too. Right? There's some in here like that. You cupcake niggas. No, I'm just joking. That was a joke. It's not wrong to want to vibe with her and then be connected to love, right?
It works.
Absolutely. So that's why I said it was a joke. There's nothing wrong to be like, you know what? Because truthfully, the fact is, you're the same way. You know why? Because if she gets out of order, out of line, and ugly, do you want that ugly booty or do you want the submissive?
Submissive.
Seriously? You won't take it either way?
Well,
there you go.
Talk about.
Let me hear the animal. Let me hear the animal.
Hold on. What do you mean?
I'll take it anyway. She didn't be out of order. She didn't be out of order. I'll take that evil booty.
If you're talking about, disrespecting you in public, if you're talking about calling you out of your name,
right?
No.
Right.
If you're combative in conversation, and you're not trying to reason to see my logic. You
ain't thinking like, man, I'll take you home right now and wreck those drawers.
No, on that, if we're just,
you like, bro.
Yeah.
Stay away from me.
Right.
Stay away from me. Right. So there is having to be a vibe. That's why I said there is have to be a vibe. See, the men do want it. We are somewhat alike. Maybe our timing, our music is different. Like our timing of what we want is different. But when you think about it, we don't want nobody, no loud, disrespectful, out of order woman and then be like, you know what, man, I'm gonna take you home and make love to you. You're turning me on. You're gonna be like, bro, just stay away from me, right? So think about it. She's the same way. Right? She's like, I'm not vibing right now, right? And you wanna make love, and I'm like, I'm not feeling it. Now, we get that. Men get that.
Yep.
Women get that. But that's not the problem. See, when it comes to that aspect, laying with each other, like the problem is that you let everything mess with you. Everything is a shut off. See, to where you don't even know what to let in emotionally. Everything that attacks you I'm disconnected. And that's the problem. You shut down, not realizing that, how am I going to give him due benevolence if I let everything mess with me? And men as well, too. Right? Everything she do is like, nah, you're out of order. Get on the couch. You fit 200 push-ups. You're like, right? The Terminators, those type of cats. Like, I'm not dealing with you. Right? It'll shut down everything. You see why the benevolence is based off of this? Read that. Come on.
Con. Look not every man on his own thing, but every man also on the things of others.
1 Corinthians 10 and 24.
Con.
1 Corinthians 10 and 24.
1 Corinthians 10 and verse 24.
Go ahead.
Let no man seek his own.
Let no man do what?
Seek his own.
Let no man seek his own. So benevolence is based on you not seeking your own. It's based on you looking out for the desire and the cares of the other. But once again, this is the check with this class. The check is, are your desires correct? Because is that right? Once again, let's take it to the extreme. If he's talking about doing some weird sex acts and you're like, I don't want to have sex with him because he's always trying to do da-da-da-da-da, right? Is that like, well, I got to do benevolence? That's not due benevolence. It shouldn't be inordinate affection. It shouldn't be inordinate affection. It should stay a bed undefiled. Right? Not a bed defiled. Right? And every time, I just can't say it to brothers. He wants me to pee on him. They're like, that's wrong, Unc? Show me in the book where that's wrong, If you don't realize you peeing on him is defiled, then there's a problem. But I guarantee you, somebody that watched this class is like, what's wrong with that? That's what they get their rockers off, right? But now, I took it to the extreme with the man. He's not supposed to be in that mode. Well, what's the extreme of the woman? Every little thing that bothers me, I just shut down. Right? Really? Yeah. My back hurts. My leg hurts. My eyeball hurts. I got a scratch on my finger and you just don't give a damn about it. I had a long day. Who doesn't have a long day? Look, you see right here? You didn't even ask me how that was. You don't care about me. See? Shut down. That's contrast to the man, what? Piss on me in my bed when we make love. It's the same thing. It's that extreme. It's like, how come everything just shuts you down emotionally? We're not paying attention to the benevolence that needs to be, right? And let me bring it back, because this is not a woman's class, it's not a man's class, this is a us class. The man has to bear witness and understand when she physically is there, because that's benevolence. I gotta look out for you as me. So it's not wrong with a woman. I had a hard day at work, but if every day is a hard day and every week and month and I'm in pain and I'm this and you don't care, or you care about it, then there's no benevolence with that. Y'all get that? There's no benevolence when you're doing that. Because what does it say?
Let no man seek his own.
Read.
But every man another's wealth.
Yeah. So we're supposed to be like, okay, I get it. You're working hard, But you need something, I'm here for you. Oh, well, the kids, right? And then you go through and you start to what? Plug the gaps, right? Because she'll come in and there's so many dang holes and she's ready to just rip apart, right? So you gotta what? Fill those holes, be like, damn, I wasn't conscious. Let me, and then let her. Everybody is consciously aware of what each other needs. This is why he said it's better for you to what? Not touch a woman, not touch a man. Why? Because it's work. It ain't like we were taught, damn, from Pornhub. You know what I mean? You're like, well, it ain't you just walk in and she's always happy and then talking about Big Daddy, I've been waiting for you. That ain't marriage, right? With a sandwich. That ain't a relationship, right? And vice versa. He's Mandingo and he's what? Got butter all over him all the time with guns and abs. No, he's chubby as hell. He got a gut. You know what I mean? He still wants a sandwich. And he what? He wants some loving, right? You had your hand raised. I missed it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So the question that I wanted to ask is, in moments where you're tired and you know you can't give your all when it comes to doing benevolence.
You know when you're tired, you can't give your all when it comes to do benevolence. Go ahead.
And you talk to your partner about it, but you still do it.
Don't talk that Edomite talking here, partner. You're your husband. Go ahead. I don't want to hear that damn Edomite talk.
You speak with your husband about it, and you still end up doing it, but you're not giving it all.
Now, I'm going to take what you're saying not only in a sexual aspect, I'm going to take that in a do benevolence aspect, right? And you're not ready, you're not giving your all. See, here's the thing, that there's so much give and take in this. And if we're constantly doing what the gospel says, right? We're looking at each other, then it's supposed to be like we're on the basketball court. If I'm not hitting, I gotta spin it off to somebody else. I gotta give it. Like if you're going through something, well, you know what, baby, I got you. Relax. What do you need? See, but that's why the maturity has to be there. So what this is going to go into, and hopefully we get there, is reminding none of this works without communication. None of it works without talking. Like, I don't know what you want unless you tell me what you want. Your husband don't know what you want unless you tell him. Your wife, you don't know what your wife, or what your husband wants unless you tell him. Communication. He's not a God, right? See, we don't approach things like that. Only when it comes to physical, right? We're more in tune. Like, oh, she want to be touched like this, kissed like this. Then we're somewhat in tune, right? But when it comes to everything outside of that, we're what? We don't talk on any level. How are we going to know what to give each other? So, you're hurting, you're in pain, your body is aching, right? How long? 1 day, 2 days, 6 months. You're forever 25 dying. You need a body transplant. Like, if that's the case, then let's take some of y'all out to the field. I got a few tomatoes. We can bury y'all ass in the field and put some tomatoes on it. Because if you're like, what's wrong? Work. I'm tired. When are you not? When are you not tired? Who's not tired right now?
I ain't tired.
But you ain't tired? Hell no, you tired.
Sir.
Not for your hour, right?
No, I'm tired. That's right.
Like,
I ain't tired. That's right.
Everybody's tired. I can see it in your eyes. You know what I mean? Y'all like, I'm in class and I need this, but I've been working hard. Right? Mass out there got me working hard. Right? You're tired, but you're here. You're endeavoring to keep the unity. You see that?
That's right.
So it's a work. You're always tired. And guess what? Your body's tired, and he's tired of your shit. Right? Huh? Okay. Your body's tired, and guess what? He's tired of you. But guess what we all have to do?
Suck it up.
Read it again. Yeah, right. Go ahead.
Let no man seek his own,
See? Read.
but every man another's wealth.
So the basketball analogy was about your wealth. You're not able to, I'm not able to drive. Let me pass it to the guy that can. You know what I mean? And I got to be aware. As a team, you have to be aware of her. We have to be aware of each other. Right? That's what it means. But if you're selfish and you're always on this, my body, my body, my body. Well, damn. You're saying you're how old now? 25? So we're going to be together forever and you're already dying? Damn, then you need a literal body transplant. Or rather, how about this? How about we start fixing and getting your body together?
Yep.
Or how about some of you just want to keep using that excuse? How about no, my body is just hurting. What's wrong with you? Well, my back, I got a back problem. Okay. Well, it's been a month. Are we gonna? Well, see, you're worried about yourself. Yeah, I told you my back, but it's been like that for a month though. Right? See, I'm playing with this now. Let's play games with it, right? Because that's what it is. So when are you gonna stop hurting it? How does your back stop hurting? All of a sudden, one day after the month, like my back didn't stop hurting out of nowhere. I had to implement things for it to stop hurting.
Rehabilitate the
I had to rehabilitate my body. It didn't just one day it's out of commission on the court, and then next you know, oh, you know what? 6 months later, I'm good. I had to implement things for my body to heal. So you're tired, right? You've been dealing with the kids. You've been dealing with the job. But your body hurts. Well, how do we get it better? That's what benevolence is do. A benevolence is him worried about it, looking and saying, damn, babe, you look wasted. Look, get rest. I got you. I got it tonight. Go get rest. No, but I got to cook. Go lay down. I got you. He knows when to come in and give the due benevolence. That's not every night. Because then he'd take over your job. Then he gotta get a maid to come in. You don't want him to get a maid.
Nah,
you don't want a replacement. Like you can't do the things as a woman anymore. Oh, you're on your bed. I'll get somebody to come in and help me out with this. You don't want that. Then you what? Oh shit, I'm good. You know what I mean? Then you're the bionic woman, right? That's when they what? You know what I mean? They back her, but let them find out somebody else. Right? Then what? Flip over a damn car, right? Bionic woman. Due benevolence is the man recognizing when to step in and say, look, I got it. I'm going to take them a shower. You go ahead and lay down. Oh, well, what about the food? Well, I got it. Don't worry about it. He comes in. And then you doing the same thing to be able to say, I can't just be broke down all the time. I can't be broke down. How the hell are you 20-year-old and broke down? How? It doesn't work like that. You 40 years old, and from here on out, you're just old? No, I'm talking about the ones that you're not broke down. right? You're a 40-year-old sexy single brother, right? But you get ribs that are like, they get in relationships, and then it's like, okay, what's wrong with you? I can't move. So I got a damn, wheel your ass around now? In a barrel? Like, and you're not gonna do nothing? You're just a bag of meat, a sack of meat in a bed. Unconscious meat? Is that do benevolence? Why is that not do benevolence? Because you're not looking out for him, for the family, for the house. It's got to go both ways. He's got to look because you're subject to him, and you got to look. She's subject to you. You're subject to her. Y'all see that? Finish that. Go ahead.
That was it on that verse.
Read on.
Verse 25. Whatsoever is sold in the shambles.
No, that's it. That is it. Where are we at?
We left 1 Corinthians 7.
No. Where are we at? Where are you reading at right now?
1 Corinthians 10 and verse 24.
And I was at
Read on, 10 and 25.
Whatsoever is sold in the shambles, that eat, asking no question for conscience sake.
1 Corinthians 10 and 25?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I must have did that wrong. All right, go to 1 Corinthians 13 and 4. 1 Corinthians 13 and 4.
1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4.
Right?
Charity suffereth long.
So what is the benevolence? Love. True love. Somebody said it other. Long suffering. I don't know, one of y'all said it. I got to go through it with her. She has to go through it with me. And we got to be like-minded to understand our duty to each other. Right? And it's a natural, the thing is, this is a natural rhythm. Unless you what? You're just the most greedy, selfish individual. You just take it all the time. Right? A person that is always taking and unconscious that it's time for you to give. You see? It's got to be an awareness. And the person that is not aware is going to what? Throw the rhythm of everything off. And somebody's going to constantly be giving and the other person is not. Now, if I recognize that you give and you recognize that I give, we also have to recognize what? You fall short and I fall short, right? So if we both fall short, we're what? Equal. I know. You're like, why? What's the point of that? Women, if we both fall short, we're what? So are you giving more? But you feel like you are. Right? And then some men feel like what? They are. I'm giving more. You see how it doesn't make sense? You both fall short, so you are equal. You're not better than him and she's not better than you. Yeah, or he's not better than you, right? Are y'all getting this? See, you gotta change the way y'all think, because if not, your logic, it's like we can go over all these scriptures and it makes sense, but you're the victim. So you're saying it, well, yeah, I understand what the scriptures say, but because I give everything. I give it all. You don't understand what I give. Like, oh, so he don't give nothing? And you see it can go both ways. Y'all get this? So it's all about understanding that what real love is. Go ahead.
Charity suffereth long.
Right?
It is kind.
It is what?
It is kind.
This is due benevolence. Kind. Like you're remembering what and who she is. She's an Israelite sister. And she needs to be treated like what?
Like what?
Huh?
Like an Israelite sister.
Right? Like what? Like your what?
Your own flesh. I was thinking.
Like your own flesh, right? Go ahead, read on.
Charity envieth not.
Charity what?
Envieth not.
Charity what?
Envieth not.
Right. So where does the envy fall in play? You're like, well, where's jealousy in this? Well, the jealousy is, and how this biblical verse pertains to this as well, is you are jealous over what she gets over you or he gets over you. And then next you know it's what? I'm always doing everything. I'm doing everything and you're not doing nothing. So there's got to be a recognizing of what? That we're both trying to give. Right? And then there's got to be communication that what? We got to keep this rolling, because if one stops, if this machine stops, what happens? It shuts down. The love machine shuts down. The rhythm of your house shuts down. See, now let me take you on a broader look at this. This is everything we do. So while you're like I'm pushing you to a narrow mind of a relationship, this is literally nation work. We do the same thing. Do benevolence is right here. Brothers and brothers, sisters and sisters. Kindness and kindness, long suffering, right? It's the same thing. So while you're thinking like, oh, whoa, this relationship, it is. But this is how you consolidate the word and pinpoint and focus on a relationship. It's the same thing. So, yes, envy can be in your relationship when you're looking at your rib thinking, damn, I'm doing everything and you're not doing nothing. Unless she's not. Unless he's just not. Unless somebody gave up. And then we got to go back to the table and do what? Talk about it. Sit down like, I feel you gave up. Why? Because when you cooked that meal, it was bland. And that was the seventh meal. And it just feels like you don't care when you cook anymore. You don't care. You know what I mean? You changed his pamper and he still had doo-doo on his pamper, baby. Right? Your rib's telling you that he still had doo-doo on his pamper. Now he got a rash. Right? It's like you're not here. You're not focused on what you're doing. You did it and then threw him back out of the way and then got, right? You're not present. You see why everybody got to be present in these situations? If not, your relationship is garbage. And there's always that individual feeling what? Misused, abused, and abandoned in the relationship. You be in the middle of the relationship and feel like what? I don't know why I'm here. I don't know why I'm in this relationship. Right? All he does is think about himself. All she does is think about herself. And then your relationship goes silent. Y'all see this? So charity has to be there. The essential element of the Bible, which is love your neighbor as yourself, has to be there. Right? Go ahead.
Charity vaunteth not itself.
Go ahead.
It is not puffed up.
See, charity vaunteth not itself. What's the first thing you get in these arguments? You start saying, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do. It's no more we. It's no more the little nuances that you do, the other person won't recognize that. So when you start losing love, when you start talking about I do, right? It has to be worded different. You do, babe, you do, but there's more I need in this aspect. Because technically, let's get technical. It's not that you don't do, it's that it might not be with the full spirit. It might not be with that full love and dedication. Right? It's not that you don't do, you will do some things, you're there. You're a damn human and you're in this relationship. There's something going on, but somebody's dedication ain't fully there. And then that's when you're like, man, like, I'm not even interested in no more. Right? I'm not interested no more. But you see why that love got to continually be for one to another? You had a question? No? Okay, go ahead, read.
Doth not behave itself unseemly.
Right, and then What happens when you get into these moments? You start going at each other. You start yelling at each other. You start talking reckless. You start being disrespectful. Go ahead.
Seeketh not her own.
See? It what?
Seeketh not her own.
See? Charity, a person that has that pure love is not thinking about themselves. So in this relationship, there's got to be a continue. You're thinking about me, and I'm thinking about you. We're thinking about each other and what each other needs. So there got to be a lot of what? Communication. If you're not asking, there is the problem. If you're not telling, there is the problem. There's the problem. Because you can't read minds. Because you don't know all the time. How you doing today? How you feeling? What's on your mind? Sometimes you got to say, you know what? Look, we haven't gotten a real conversation. Where am I lacking at? You got to just say it. Because you probably miss so many opportunities. You got to just plain out say, look, you seem a little vexed. Where am I lacking? Right? Male or female, somebody's got to initiate it. If you let the other person drive you into that mold, then you all are going to be out of the spirit. So you got to be able to, somebody got to humble themselves. So love, true love, seeketh not her own. Go ahead.
It's not easily provoked.
It's not what?
Easily provoked.
What happens when relationships fail? When love is not there anymore. All the cute moments ain't cute no more. Right? Remember when you used to fart and you used to laugh about it? You be like, baby, and you crazy. Right? That ain't funny no more. Like, nigga, you stink. Right? That's disgusting. See, you just getting old and washed up. But it was cute back in the days. You know what I mean? When her breath stinked a little bit, right? And you can still kiss her when her breath stink. Now it's what? Damn, you ain't gonna brush your teeth? So you just really ain't gonna brush your teeth? Okay. Listen, you put up with it before. Right? You put up with it before. Remember when you got together? You made love that night, you woke up in the morning, your breath both stink. You rolled over and you kissed her and she kissed you and your breath still stink. And you guys what? Thought nothing about it.
You need a kiss on the lip.
He's talking about like first kiss.
A kiss on the cheek. That's about it, huh?
Some of your breath stink so bad, you in the vicinity, it doesn't matter. You roll over, you breathe, and your breath smell like dookie. And you got to what? You liked it.
Well, if I smell it, then yeah, you got.
You liked it, you got water and you loved it.
No,
yeah, Ron's capping his ass off.
We got brush teeth, man. If I smell it, we got brush teeth.
Okay, I'll give that to you.
I'm saying this got me something.
The point that is being made is it was something where you overlooked in the beginning.
True.
Maybe not the breath for Aaron, but it was something that you overlooked in the beginning, and now it really just irritates you. Like I'm tired of you, right? Why? Because what's happening? The love is leaving, right? The love was leaving, right? Let's go back to the sex thing. You guys can make love forever, all the time. Random. What you doing? Nothing. Let's play hide the egg roll. Right? You're like, what? Alright, where we gonna do it? Now it's like, I can't do that. That just don't seem right. Now you spiritual. Now you spiritual, huh? We can't sneak off anymore, right? Right? Why? Because there's something that is being lost in that. Right? The spontaneity, right? It's gone. But why is it gone? Read that again.
It's not easily provoked.
Right. Why? What happens when you're easily provoked and you're irritated by a person? The love is not there. An easily provoked person is like, easily provoked meaning you get an attitude out of nowhere. The smallest things you like, it gets you angry. It shuts you down. In the beginning it wasn't like that. Why is it like that now? Because the love starts to dissipate. So the love has to be there. Go ahead.
They give no evil.
Right. Go to James 2:8. Who had the question?
Son.
Go ahead.
James.
No, what's the question online?
Does good health play a role in that?
But see, I'm glad he asked that because it goes back to what we were talking about. Like if this is about not being selfish, right? So, like I had to tell Myra, this isn't only about you. If you don't take care of your body, the kids won't see you no more, right? If I don't take care of my body, I can't get up and rock with the brothers. My back went out, right, on the court. And it was like a year one time. And every time I was like, in my head, I was like, he knows me. We've been doing this for years. So it ain't like, whoa, you know what, I get a break. No, I like being there. I like being with brothers. I like being in the gym. I like working out. You know what I mean? Especially when we don't really do it all that much. Right? You get 1-2 days at the time. So imagine me just giving up. And just sitting on the bed being like, you know what? It ain't never gonna change. I'm done. And me just not moving. That's whether male or female in the relationship, that's selfish as hell. Because what about my kids? What about when the kids want to jump on you and kick you in the face in the morning and you can't do that? You know what I mean? This dude, Kazak is doing Todd McGraw on me in the morning. Like he's doing groundwork, MMA groundwork on me. You know what I mean? In the morning, God got his butt in my face. It's like, what are you doing? Just trying to wake me up, right? You can't be a father if you don't care about your health. You got bad knees. Like, you can't function. You can't do that. You can't pass out a flyer. And then, let's go with, since he brought it up about the health, the scriptures say the body what? It pressed down what? Brother, it's already hard as it is, but what happens when your body, sisters, for y'all that don't care about yourself, what happens with your body when the sisters need you? Or your husband needs you? You what? You start with that damn talk. You don't care about me. I can't move. I can't breathe. I can't walk. I need a body transplant. You don't understand what I'm going through. Right? So, whether male or female, whether my back or your body, or, you know, I'm always thinking about what I got to do for the body. It ain't just about, I want to go in. I told my ribs that. It's like, I'm not saying go to the gym because I want you to all of a sudden turn into this gym rat or supermodel. I want you to be able to walk down without wheezing. That's what I want. I want you to be able to keep up with my pace. I'm older than you.
Just to be healthy.
I'm older than you. I need somebody that's going to keep me bailando-ing. Shaking these hips. Right? That was all wrong, by the way. But y'all get it, right? That was that street speaking Spanish. Hombre, tu eres un Israelitis. No, but y'all get it, right? It's like we all have to be accountable for ourselves, for each other.
That's right.
That's due benevolence.
You know what? I like that you said that, because I know brothers can attest to this. When you were missing, or when any brother's missing, it's like that spirit that you bring to the body is like, damn, somebody's not here. Yeah. You know, it took us a while to get used to not having you in the court with that. The old school over the shoulder that nobody can block, right? And it wasn't because it's just the basketball. It's you as a brother.
The presence,
the relationship that we have as brothers.
I'm glad you said that, right? I'm glad you said that. Not for even what you said about me. Like sisters don't realize that. Wives don't realize iron sharpens iron. Like you keep the spark. Like when you can't walk. And you can't move, and you're not alive, then you're my counterpart. So when we ain't got that, then what the hell we got? Male or female? Because there's some big ass brothers too that what? That just want to let their gut burst, and they talking out of. The scriptures say you can eat what you want. Don't judge a man in his meat or drink. You judging that fat ass chin, brother. But brothers, like, there's a lot of our generation, old school generation, that's really not, like, don't understand how to apply biblically to take care of yourself. That, you'll go back into the health class and go on that. But just on what the brother was saying, Tasapa, is that worrying about your rib is worrying about how you can be there for your rib. And that has to do with health. Right? Worrying to be with your kids. You know what I mean? I want to race my kids. If he's 7, I still want to race him. I don't want to be like, oh, I'm 45. I'm like, oh boy, I'm catching you now. Right? And then, like my kids talk about, Dad, you got to get a cane. I'm like, when I need a cane, you get 2 tomatoes, take my ass out to the field, and just bury my ass. I'm not gonna do that.
So you're trying to grow a tomato tree.
Hell yeah. You gotta be worth something, bro. Maybe you can damn soil the damn earth instead of just being a damn bag of meat with ankles. Cankles, yeah.
You know if that happened, they won't have to pay taxes on the house or the land again?
Read James 2:8, come on.
James chapter 2 verse 8.
Uh-huh.
If ye fulfill the royal law,
go ahead,
according to the scripture,
right?
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself,
right?
Ye do well.
See? That's what this all comes down to. So whether we expand this and remind us that all this is applicable to the body, brothers, sisters, the nation, or we narrow it down and pinpoint and focus. Oh, hold on. Don't let me. Whoa. I'm losing your attention now. Y'all looking at like her, like you don't know her. What? Finish what y'all got to do right here. Let's focus on what we're going over, y'all. Because one sister start looking back and everybody. Do what y'all doing back there and get it done so we can y'all can focus on what's being said. All right? So read that one more time, huh?
If ye fulfill the royal law,
right?
According to the scripture,
right?
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself,
right?
Ye do well.
That's what our focus has to be. That it's not about you. Right? It's about we. So if your back hurts and I'm telling you, this is what you got to do, because look at me, my back was out. This is what you got to do. You don't supposed to come up with 50,000 excuses how that's not applicable to you. It has to do with your health and it has to do with strengthening. This is not rocket science. Every damn rando buff guy or chick on the internet can tell you how to get these if you want these.
That's right.
But you're the only one sitting there like, no, I want this, because I want this big ass stomach. Like, you gotta be there too, y'all. Let's meet half the way, right? All right, if I'm 250, could we at least get you down to 250 or woman weight? Right? You 300, your rib can't match you at 300. Right? And vice versa. So, this is what our whole goal is in benevolence with each other. Let's get to this second point. What if the negative emotions are there? Right? And we talked about it a little bit earlier, which was what? Well, I shut down because everything, how I feel emotionally. Once you shut down, now let's jump back. Go back to 1 Corinthians 7. Read verse 5.
Verse 5. Defraud ye not one the other.
Now, what does defraud mean? And it's all going to come together. It's all going to come together as the more and more as we're going over it. Remember, it's all about reciprocating these things, right? What do you got? Defraud. Defraud. Anybody? I didn't even get that.
It says,
go ahead.
Defraud. I like this. I'm going to read the whole thing.
Oh, go ahead.
To take something illegally from a person.
See, wait. Are y'all? Read it again.
Defraud. To take something illegally from a person.
What are you doing when you, whether it be the husband or the wife, don't make themselves prepared for their duties, ready themselves for their duties? You see that? You got to be ready. You got to be ready. You can't pump in your rib 50 kids like a chia pet and then you ain't ready. It's not a chia pet. It's the ones that pop out, the gremlins, yeah. Huh? The what? Yeah, you can't, like, you put a little water on her and she, boop, 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 and then you're like, you don't show, you no show. You spiritually, mentally, daddy, you no show. Children are a blessing, but you're a no show. You can't change a pamper, right? Because why? That just gonna go down in my house. Negro, you better change those damn diapers. You put those babies in her. But that's that due benevolence. The problem is you thinking like, yeah, that's her job. That's her job, but you literally gonna tell you ain't gonna be able to tell your kid you changed his diaper not damn once. Come on, y'all. That's madness. But the problem is that you don't understand that you're now subjugated to what she needs as well. That is not your whole mission, but that will be some of your duties. Y'all see that? Same thing for the woman, right? What you got?
It says, in general, the word defraud means to take something illegally from someone.
Right.
Or to prevent, this is what you brought up, to prevent someone from having something that is legally theirs by deceiving them.
You deceived me. You was 20, but now you acting 40. You got a lot of young sisters that are like that. And then brothers too. You got a lot of young brothers that like, now you can't move or you can't think. You don't know, you didn't know now he's John Coffey. Huh? Bills? I don't know how to pay. Bro, you got to do your job as well. And step up and take the responsibility in the house. You can't be John Coffey. Now you Joe Dummy. You have a job too, right? Y'all don't like John Coffey? What happened? Y'all looking at, you don't know who John Coffey is? You don't know? All right. But you know what Joe Dummy is though. So, all right. Yeah.
Wait, you never watched Read Mine?
Can we, go ahead sis, go ahead. You can say it. The definition, read it again.
general, the word defraud means to take something that is illegal from someone.
Okay, so what are we learning that, I want to see if somebody can answer this. What are we learning, sisters? We'll go to the sisters first, we'll come back to the men. What is your husband's? What?
You, in general, whatever you know.
There you go. You see how you just drop? You are due to him. So go back to the conversation earlier. There's no, oh, you know what? He took it from me. And vice versa. Right? You are his. And, right? He is yours. That's what we read, right? That ain't Kazaki's version. It said it. And I'm just reiterating it. Sealing our heads with that. Now that being said, I'm gonna say this again. We don't teach that you're supposed to have to take it. Because nobody wants that anyway if you ain't trying to give it. I want it like when we was young. I want you to give it. I was never the spooky guy that just takes it. Yeah, she's drunk now. Yeah, nah, I was always the guy like, okay, you're ready, I'm ready, right?
That's right.
Hopefully there ain't no spooky brothers in here. But y'all see this? It shouldn't have to be brought to that level. Oh yeah, like Shawashina was saying. But young sisters is asking like, well, what about if he takes it? Then what? Then what? You gotta check yourself, man. If you're in that mode of taking it, you guys gotta reevaluate your relationship because it shouldn't have to be brought there to that point to where you gotta, take it. She should be willing to give it. Right? And that is anything. The rice you make, the food you cook, it's supposed to be with a what? Willing heart. Everything's supposed to be with a willing heart. So if it's not willing no more, then we're not married, merging. We're not married in then. Y'all see that? God, this is not too far-fetched to understand. What?
Oh no, she wanted to.
Okay, so you got that defraud, right? So read that again, 75.
God.
Oh, you want to finish?
Yeah,
There's more? Okay, go ahead.
It says, in general, the word defraud means to take something illegally from someone, or to prevent someone from having something that is legally theirs by deceiving them.
You are legally his and she is legally yours. Or, I keep doing it. You are legally, she's yours and he is hers.
So the deception or the illegal part will come in when you deprive them from what is yours.
Exactly.
Which would be you in your service,
right,
or them in their service.
Right. Look, your emotions, don't they come with the relationship? Your attitude comes with the relationship. You see how we're both subject to each other? It all comes with it. So we got to get out of this mind that, you know what, he's making me do something that I don't want. Everybody is doing something. We're dealing with relationships that if you're not spiritual, you don't want. But if you're spiritual, do I need to repeat that?
I don't think it's, you don't want, it's more like it's a compromise or sacrifice. I don't think it's like, I don't want.
Well, here's the thing. It's not a sacrifice.
Well, I was saying for the word you're using, like the I don't want to, it's more like, they don't say, it's like, they feel like it's a sacrifice. I'm sacrificing something because I don't want to do it.
Right.
I think that's the word that.
Right. You're right.
I sacrifice my time, my life, my feelings, my everything. When they're not spirit.
But when you get to that place, it's a bad place. Well, I see what you're saying, but when you get to that, it's a sacrifice. The scriptures tell you about natural affection. Which one of y'all sacrificed in the beginning of the relationship?
Sacrifice what?
Anything. When you first met, which one of you sacrificed? What? No, you never do it in the beginning. You never do it in the beginning because it's not a sacrifice.
It's a desire.
Yeah,
It's a desire in the beginning.
Dun, dun, dun!
that willing mind.
Like, first of all, there was no sacrifice. I never thought there was a sacrifice. I thought it was fun. Y'all know what a sacrifice is? With the way you feel now about it when you're told to go in the kitchen.
That's
40 years later. That's a sacrifice. Right? And your ankles hurt, and you're right, your ankles and your back hurt, and I'm like, could you warm that lamb up for me? Yeah, that's the sacrifice, right? But in the beginning, there was no sacrifice. Why?
What can I do for you, baby?
Huh? You guys got your boxed wine, you got your steak, and there was no sacrifice in it. You guys were going to meet up. You guys were laughing, you were giggling. Thank you.
With the work, no problem.
Yeah. Amen. In Hebrew. Didn't even know damn Hebrew. He was floating in the stars. Now it's a sacrifice. Why? Because it's a mixture of you're letting negativity overcome your mind. You're letting the charity, the reason, leave. You're letting that leave. Am I lying? Tell me I'm lying. I'm lying? What is it then? Tell me what it is. Help me out, sis. What is it then? What?
For example, people right now.
Uh-huh.
I'm not feeling good and you want to make me laugh and I still do it, even though I'm not feeling good. That's me doing sacrifice because I want to, because I care. So I could just be like, something else. That's a sacrifice, but a willing sacrifice.
That's a willing sacrifice.
Yeah. It's different. It's a difference between.
I agree with that. I totally agree with that. It's a willing sacrifice, right?
But it's do because can you cook? Yes. But you were not going to make it the same way I was going to make it.
Right.
You know, you probably would have just cooked the salad.
Right.
So I can push. Can I push? Yeah. They said, can you physically make it? Yes. Do you want to? Probably not. Feet are hurting. I'm tired. I smell like lamb right now. You know?
Right.
Like,
Right.
But I did it. It's a sacrifice because I wasn't in my mind. It wasn't like I wanted to do it. But once you said it and you're hungry, you know what? Let me just do it. So it's not like this guy now. It's not like that, but more like, yeah.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? That's sacrifice to me.
Can we say anything against that? Is that true? Like, I agree with that. There's a willingness to do it, right?
But if I'm in my 20s and you're like making lamb and I'm like, bro, I don't know. That wouldn't be the same. I think it's different.
Well,
I don't think it's the same.
Would that even come up when you were in your 20s? If I said cook this or do that?
If it doesn't become a woman I am, if I'm just not with cooking for you, yeah, I could have.
You're right. I stand corrected. There's some that were garbage in the beginning. Thanks for correcting me. Go ahead. No, you're right. There's some that were. My point, though, all jokes aside, was that you in the beginning, you have all this infatuation, and you have this relationship built on faith. You go faithfully into this guy you just met weeks ago, right? And he told you all this stuff, and you barely know him, right? You barely know him, and then you guys are hanging out with each other. You still barely know him, because he could be a damn killer, right? And you will never know because the way he moves and he smiles and he plays the game. And guess what? You gave yourself to that guy. right? You didn't know he had damn bodies in his basement. And what? It was a lot of times it was not a sacrifice. It was what? You're floating on air, right? And we know it could have been lies, but you went right along with it. There was nothing. See how easy it was? Why was it easy then? Determination? Okay, what else?
Kind of go with what both of y'all saying. When you say sacrifice, like you said, it still sounds like it's willingness behind it versus like, is she get reluctant or
So why did you do it in the beginning?
it was no reluctancy or like
Why was there no reluctancy?
nothing was there to affect how you could feel towards that person on the people. Like, it was just surface. Everything is surface.
Everything was surface, so that's why you just gave him everything.
No, wait.
God damn.
I better shut up.
No, what I'm
Really?
there's nothing there that could make you dislike somebody if y'all both in that love bubble.
Wait, say that last thing again?
Really, if y'all in that honeymoon phase, you know, it's not really anything that could make you resent them because you're doing it out of desire, like you really just want to see the way this person. Versus later on,
So why didn't the sacrifice in the beginning?
could you want to. I'm not disagreeing. What I'm saying is later on, like you said, if you're in the spirit, it could be considered a sacrifice, but if not, it's more of a resentful type of thing. You can't use sacrifice when it's really resentment or reluctance.
And I'm not arguing with what you're watching I said was on point. My point, what I was, and I know you're not disagreeing. You're basically reiterating what you said, which is good. That's a good point. My point was, why wasn't it there? Why wasn't no reluctance? Why were you ready to just be whispered away? Oh no, hold on a second. I'm wondering why? See, there you go. Let's speak the truth and shame the doubt. Because you're not what? You're not jaded. Jaded with what? Right. Hate all the bad things. There you go.
The selfishness
there you go.
That peaks itself out after the years.
Right.
Because that the beginning stage, the honeymoon stage was all about us. You know when y'all did the heart, your initial, his initial.
Yeah.
Right? You hang up, or you hang up.
You wore the same t-shirt to the mall, y'all.
Guilty.
I never did that. I never did that.
All right, bro. You be lying. Right?
I never.
What did he say? What's I supposed to say?
He said, so is it a compromise, not a sacrifice?
True. He's right. It is a compromise, but it's I think when we're in the spirit of the Most High, we if we can keep the love, right, and we can keep what we got going in the spirit, I don't think we can get to this. We would get to this level of bitterness and anger, right? Remember, applying the attributes of the Holy Spirit will always keep us in the spirit of the Most High, the way we think and the way we feel, right? So it won't. We can use the word compromise. That's fine. But I'm saying when we're in the spirit of the Most High, it won't be none of that. It will be like what was in the beginning.
It's still joyful. It's still joyful.
Let me ask you a question, and just off of what he's saying. Were you compromising anything in the beginning? Why was the beginning different? And this is an anomaly that I want to learn before I die. Why in the beginning it was different? You wanted to do it all. Huh? You want you a fly out? Hey, look, fly out, come meet me. You what? You get on the plane, you meet. I remember Shawash and I flew out, and I was like, I gotta go. I went to Vegas to go help my cousin. He had a flight, and she was like, I flew out, but you left me here. Like, yeah, that's what the truth's about. Left her ass right there, right? So, why'd you fly out? Was that a compromise, or was it fun? Why is it not fun no more? Right? What you gonna say, sis?
I guess in the beginning, you're still in that learning process. You're learning about the things that you like about them. You're learning about the happiness that they can bring you. They're going out their way to be attentive to you. They're nurturing. They're calling you for, hey, I just wanted to know how your day was. You know, those things as you grow dissipate.
Those things what?
They dissipate. They don't stay.
Wait a minute, you just destroyed how many relationships?
Sure did.
You trying to tell me that Rakah Award and Precious, their relationship is going to dissipate?
Not so, Lord. Not so.
No. What she just said was that in the beginning it's like that, but as time goes on, those things dissipate.
Slacky.
I need you because you're in a new relationship.
Devon, bro.
I got Devon too. Right? So what you're telling me, sis, is that that's going to dissipate? You saying it's going to dissipate. Why?
You don't have children. Your job status might be different.
Come on, give me all the Americanized shit. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. You know why, sis? You know why it's that way? Because we don't apply this. Do you think Abraham and Sarah's love dissipated?
He was 90 years, he was 100 years old, she was 90, and the king seen them play, and he was like, wait a minute, you pussyfooting with now that's your woman, man. So what type of, like, you mean to tell me they were married for X amount of years, they're in their hundreds. Not the teens, not their 20s and 50s, they're in their hundreds. And he's still playing grab up with his wife? They're dissipated?
See, I want to bring it back down to the essential thing that I'm trying to bring out in the spirit. The reason why it dissipates because nobody's in the spirit of the Most High. And all those little nuances, you let them, right, break down your relationship. But if we are continually, what's the scripture we just been quoting the whole night? No, the endeavoring. Let's go there. Go to Ephesians 4 and 3. Read that.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 3.
Go ahead.
Endeavoring to keep the unity.
See, if we being spiritual now, right? Because the point of this is to build relationships and to get brothers and sisters to realize that the application of what you thought in the world, the way your grandmama, mama, and the white man told you to be in a relationship was wrong. That's the whole theme in the beginning. Why we talked about. Who told you about that relationship? Who told you how to be a wife? Who told you how to be a husband? TV, the white man, grandmama, no, they didn't tell you right. If we lock into the spirit of the Most High, right? The work of righteousness is what? Is peace. And tranquility. Right? So, a relationship don't have to dissipate. It dissipates when you stop doing this. Read that.
Endeavoring to keep the unity.
When you stop endeavoring and recognizing what benevolence is to each other. When you stop trying to be and say, you know what, I gotta give. When you got that going, now you got a righteous competition in a love that is continual, that can last forever. That can last. Now I know we can talk about, well, in this time, can it be? You know what? If we apply the wisdom of the Most High, yes. The more and more we get to application of the knowledge of the Most High, and the better we get in applying the wisdom, we will have that true spirit of charity. I mean, or else, if not, then why the hell are we here? Right? So remember that Isaiah 32:17 is the pinnacle of the kingdom. When we enter in, the work of righteousness will be peace. The whole earth will be at rest. You will be at peace. Your kids will be at peace, right? That's the pinnacle of it. But ye shall know the truth shall make you free. It's supposed to be leading us to this peace. Peace of mind, peace of spirit, peace of love, peace of each other, all that. Right?
Husband.
Right.
How do I be your peace?
Right.
I know we've been together 17 years.
Right.
You know, you got grace in it. Am I still your joy? And if he says no, you don't just now let the demons jump on you. Right? No, what do I need to do to be at your service?
Right.
And vice versa. It's not just for,
there you go.
The men, it's for the, just for the women, it's for the men too.
Right.
That's what we're supposed to be doing. And you nailed it earlier by saying communicate. Because if the worldly American excuse is, I got other things that now give me an excuse of why we can't communicate.
Like all that what you just said, it was perfect. Because it was all trash that the world told you. Like, well, things change. I thought children were supposed to bring love together. Well, why are you just bitter and angry now? Because you're not endeavoring to keep this love and unity. And remember, the wisdom of the Most High changes your thinking. So, remember, this only works on the believers. If you believe this and you apply it, it works. But when you close the book and go right back and be like, that's Kazakia Khan, but my ankles are thick. I'm tired. You know what I mean? But bro, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Right? It ain't going to work for you. The word is not going to work for you. But if you work on yourself and he works on himself and you guys work together in the spirit of the Most High, then the word is true and let men be liars. That's it. That's the fact. Go ahead.
Endeavoring to give
No. Go ahead. What?
Just for the record, I do those things. The attention that you're supposed to give. If you
Right.
ask for a sandwich, even if I'm in that mood, I will do it.
Right.
There will be those moments. But, every person has their moments. I do think that when it comes to putting forth the effort, it is something that you have to continue to do over the years. I don't think it would have been a situation where we could have lasted as long as we have if we did not put forth effort on both sides of the track.
Absolutely.
To make sure that that lasted. And on every single aspect.
What's the point of this class then? To add to what you're saying, it's to bring us to the perfecting of the saints. So you guys been together how long? So 15 years. You know how they do in the world? They say we're renewing our vows, right? So this is a renewing spiritually of your vows and reminding you and him and us and we, right, that benevolence gotta keep. It's a continual theme, right? When do you stop loving your brother as yourself? You never stop, right? Yahushua was on the cross and said what? Father, forgive them for they know not what they do, right? So it doesn't stop it. Yes, this is not in no way saying it's going to be easy, but we in the truth. That's what this is about. Refining us, class 1574, and I'll see you in a few years. We'll probably go over it again, right? Do benevolence. And you're back, 18, 19 years, 2, 3, 4 years, and then it'll be 9 years then, right? But guess what will work? And at the end, so it's 2 or 3 years with y'all, and then in another 4 years, right? We can revisit your relationship and see where you're at emotionally and how you're attached and how that unity and love and passion is with each other based on your application of the gospel. That's what it's about. So we know this is a work, but we got to be reminded of the work and that it is applicable in your relationships, right? Because the point is to keep you brothers and sisters married, as opposed to, you know what? She don't give a damn, I'm done with that, or he don't give a damn, I'm done with that, and it's easy to cut each other off. It's not about that, right? How many of y'all said that to your rib? Yeah, I want to see you in the kingdom. I want to be with you in the kingdom, baby. Me and you, we gonna be in the kingdom together. Anybody say that? Raise your hand. All right, is nothing wrong with that? You know what I mean? We gonna be in the kingdom forever. Forever, ever, right? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what it should be. It should be from now to the kingdom forever, right? What? Brothers got some sad ass faces like, yeah, I didn't say that. Nah, I didn't. But that's the problem. That love needs to be rekindled. And how is that love going to be rekindled? Who's going to open up communicating that more and yielding and bringing it back? And I know what you're saying. You're saying, well, how about if I'm yielding and she's not responding? Right? That's a whole nother situation. Now we got an individual that wants to be a reprobate. We got an individual that doesn't want to be what the gospel says be, right? Whole different thing. Go ahead.
The definition of endeavor. It says to try hard, to do, or to achieve something.
To try hard, and that's what we got to remind ourselves. In these relationships, we got to be tryhards. We have to be tryhards. You know what I mean? You have to go all out. Just like you did in the beginning. And when you get a tryhard, brothers, are you going to shut that down? You leave a rose on her blanket. You leave a note, and she be like, you left something here. What's this about? Oh, that sounds old, like an old hag. What you leave this for in the bed? Well, I don't like roses, right? Or the man, you know, she leave you something. You like, why'd you leave this? You know what I mean? What like your timing be off? You come with the sword when there was gentleness that needed to be applied. You see how our music got to be playing together, right? Or else what happens, man? It be like, bro, you be young as hell, just angry all the time. You be upset. She be sad. You be like, calm, right? That's terrible. We got to come out of that. All right. What time is it? 10 o'clock. All right. I can keep going and going. What?
Would Ecclesiastes 29 and 1 go? Would it relate?
Ecclesiastes 29 and 1. Right. Well, I mean, it's not direct, but yeah. As a matter of fact, let me do this. Go to 1 Thessalonians 4:6. You need it there. Oh man, I want to know who she said that to. 1 Thessalonians 4:6.
1 Thessalonians chapter 4 verse 6. Let no man go beyond and defraud his brother.
See, once again, this is applicable to us, to your relationships. You cannot take what is due from your wife away. She's due something. Your husband is due something. And what that is, that's all these elements that keep a relationship, a marriage together. You're due these things, yeah. It's not expedient? Well, you got to consider that too. Think about it. you gotta consider that. What moment are y'all in? Right? Are you rebuilding a relationship? Okay, then that might be applicable to that relationship. You see, so you gotta consider that too. Like, okay, I understand what he's saying because we're rebuilding, right? This trust has to be gotten back, right? Is that fair enough? Okay, so that wisdom, it might be good because you might be rebuilding back a relationship, right? So that gotta be there too. Timing. Remember, I keep saying about the music that like it gotta be the timing. Like if you guys are saying, okay, we're gonna do a fresh start, and then you go back to the old, then your timings are still off. You gotta be joined together in the same mind, same judgment, to where you know, okay, we're gonna do this right. We're gonna do a fresh start, we're gonna reset everything like it was supposed to be on the Most High's terms, right? But you gotta let go of the bitterness. You gotta let go of the envy, right? You gotta let go of the striving. So remember, nobody is supposed to defraud one another. Go ahead. Excuse me.
In any matter.
Right, in any matter. Right? You're not supposed to take away what is due to her and vice versa. Right? Colossians 3:19 real quick, and Ephesians 4:31. Go ahead.
Colossians chapter 3 verse 19.
Go ahead.
Husbands, love your wives.
Right.
And be not bitter against them.
See? So that bitterness has to be removed. The anger has to be removed. You know what? I already tried and it ain't working. Gotta be removed. Do you love each other? Do you love each other? Is this still a relationship or is this a divorce? No, we're here. I love her. Do you love him? Okay. Well then, what are you going to do? Because you can't keep moving with bitterness. It's got to be the love of the Most High. Right? Because bitterness is what? I'm going to keep taking from you. I'm going to keep defrauding you. Right? What is due to you, I'm not ready to give. Because you did this to me. I'm hurting, I'm in pain, and I'm anguished. And I'm not ready to renew that. Y'all see that? That makes sense? So the husbands can't be bitter. The wives can't be bitter. Right? Jump to Ephesians 4:31. Let's apply it to all of us.
Ephesians.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jump to verse what? 29. My bad.
Ephesians chapter 4 verse 29.
Go ahead.
Let no corrupt communication proceed out of thy mouth.
No. 5 and 29. 5 and 29.
Hi.
We were okay, go ahead.
Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 29. For no man ever hated his own flesh. But
right, and that's where we gotta let the bitterness cease. Right? So how would you treat your own flesh? Right? Remember, you're two twined one, right? How are you gonna treat her? How are you gonna treat you, How are you gonna treat you? Right? Wives, how are you going to treat you? What you want is what he wants. Your timing is just off. That's what I noticed about being in a long relationship. It's not that we don't love each other. It's our timing of what we want at different times is like we're missing the connection. And we got to recalibrate that connection that, look, I want what you want and I want to give you what you want. You want to give me what I want. It's just we got to get on the same beat. Rhythm, right? Y'all agree with that? Yeah, who's been in long relationships? Raise your hand. There you go. Y'all know about that. And for y'all, look, for you brothers that ain't been in long relationships, this is what's going to keep it going longer. Right? Go ahead, finish that.
But nourish it and cherish it.
But what?
But nourish it.
Nourish. So The endeavoring is nourishing. You're what? Providing.
Go back to that word render.
Okay. Go ahead, speak on it.
No, because the whack, just going back, the whack idea of America is we got kids, we got jobs. When we were able to communicate every night, well, we can't do that now because I'm tired. I was with the kids. You don't understand what's going on. No, I do. You still need communication just like I do. The timing is what we gotta adjust. So, okay, I might be now have to stay up to 3 o'clock in the morning studying, making classes, but I can't forget that, hey, I get a text, oh, can we talk? Yes, I gotta give it that. Now, you gotta understand it can't be every night at that, because that'd be off beat. That'd be in order. I mean, is that not what we exercise?
Yeah.
Right. But that's after years of growing together.
Right.
And not forgetting that we're in this to provide and to give each other.
Right. You're a team.
Yeah.
Right? Batman and Robin, right? You're a team, but you got to realize you're a team. Right? A lot of times, you know why the unity starts to break down? Because the bitterness and the envy, the striving is there. So you forget that we're a team. We made something beautiful. We got kids, we got a family, we got a house. We've done this. So this is why you got to let go of all that bitterness. Because you got to recalibrate and remind yourself, wait a minute, we've been doing this. Y'all get this?
But then you got it.
He did. He said cherish.
See, what's going to make you do that is if you really appreciate it. If you really do cherish that your partner, your spouse, like your own flesh. Think about it. You got an ailment, a physical ailment, right? Are you just going to give it one arm? Like, all right, that's it. Right arm is gone. It's just going to be the one arm bandage for the rest of my life. No, you're going to rehab it to get it back because it's part of that body. It's so we can be in cohesiveness, in unity, in harmony. But that's what you're going to do you do it with your body because you cherish your body. You appreciate your body. But do you appreciate your spouse? Like we did in the beginning. Like we did in the beginning when you was willing to go through a snowstorm, taking 2 or 3 trains at night, 3 o'clock in the morning, or going state to state on the flight. Those are the things you did because it's something of value. Look at the definition of cherish. You cherished it, you appreciate it. That's what's going to keep you going, not the American way. That forget about it. These relationships, they're not even lasting 2 years anymore.
Yeah. No, they lasting weeks, huh? Yeah, they run through it like, and then leave her on the red, right? I got what I want. I got what I want from him, and it's a wrap. Let's finish this though. Come on.
Even as the Lord, the church.
Even as what?
The Lord, the church.
So that's why I was like, everything you said about how we grew, and I'm like, bro, that's trash. That mindset gotta go. Like we got kids and this and this and this. It doesn't matter. If you guys still got the love there, like he just said, everything is gonna fit. You're gonna work it. You know, you're going to go back to that first line and remember, you stood up late making love in Hebrew, right? And nobody was like, I gotta get up early. You're keeping me up late. He was like, please keep me up late, right? You see why? Because that natural thing was there. And that's what I was talking about earlier. I didn't get a chance to say that, but it was natural there. It wasn't force. It was willingness. And in that, there was no, that's why it was like you were whisked away, right? Because it was natural. It was faith. And it was blind faith, yes, but it was faith. And that love, that faith, that it what brought the cherish. You really thought this man cherished you. You had a pure mind state.
You felt like a prize.
You felt, come on, y'all. Who felt like a prize? You felt like a prize. Oh, you too, brother? You felt like a prize? Yeah, it's okay. You were supposed to feel like a prize, right? I know, I'm older. But y'all felt like a prize, right? A prized possession, huh? But it should still be that same way. But we gotta understand each other now, like you said. We Hebrew Israelites now. It can't be the logic of the world, right? It can't be that to where, see, before you got with those brothers, all you used to do was stare at me. You was just like looking at her in the face. You know what I mean? Baby, you want some water? Baby, you want some water, mother?
You look like you thirsty.
Baby, yeah, you like, you know, everything. And then, you know what I mean? And baby, hey, when he walked out, hey, thinking about you. We gotta come on, y'all. We're living a whole different life now. Our love has to be based in righteousness. That can happen, but just because it don't happen as often, when he walks out, like you used to text me all the time when you walk out. Now it's what? Maybe once or twice a week. You know what I mean? Or once a week, like, baby, I'm thinking about you. I love you, you're a gift of the Lord, right? But you get that once a week or once a month. Is it like, damn, you don't care about me? So just setting things in perspective and reminding us that we do gotta keep those things going. Those little things matter. What's that?
I got the definition of the cherish.
Okay.
To keep or cultivate with care and affection. Nurture.
Cultivate. All those words, no, nurture, right? And that's what benevolence is.
That's what the Most High calls it a husbandry.
Right.
That's what the husband, when you look at a husbandry, he's taking care of a vineyard. And to do that, he, like how you brought it to, you narrowed it down between the husband and the wife, but this is nation, this is building a nation as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so you got the vineyard, a bunch of grapes, and when it's cold out, you gotta be out, you gotta nurture, you gotta put the fire, you gotta wait, you gotta fan the fire, to warm the grapes up to make sure they're all what? Taken care of. You're nurturing.
Right.
You're doing the late night, early mornings. So if you're doing it with the grape, you're doing it with the what?
5 in the morning.
Yeah, at the crack of dawn.
Right.
Because they can't be frozen when the sun comes up because it destroys the grapes.
Right.
So when the elements come in a relationship between the man and the woman, the endeavoring, you're still like the scripture says. There's so many. Gold.
Refined as gold.
No. You're without a vision.
With no vision is.
Yeah, with no vision is the people perish. So there was like scriptures. Yeah, so many. Because check it out. We break it down. So where no goal is, the people perish because you're trying to achieve something. What are you trying to achieve? The endeavor is achievement of what? Building a stronger nation.
And I know what they're thinking, like, how can I do all this when I got the kids, when I got the brothers, when I got the sisters, when I got the work, I got all that. How do you do all that? How do you do all that? See, this is why it's important to understand that if you're nation building, you're already doing the things together in the spirit of the Most High. Don't discredit one another. Like, you're always with the brothers. You're with the sisters. Like, literally, you forgot. Like, when my ribs talk like that, I'm like, oh, snap out of it. We're doing the same thing in the spirit of the Most High. Remind yourself that. You know what I mean? And when our communication laps a little bit on other things besides counseling and all those things, don't forget that we're moving in the right direction. Let's just recalibrate. But don't forget each other that what means most to each other, which is what? Doing the work of the Most High, building the body, building the nation, charity, ministry, all these things, we're literally doing it together, right? You can't forget that, because if you forget it, then it's almost like, well, why are we here? And you're just doing a job. No, this is together, right? Unity. Could he finish this? Let him finish this. Go ahead. Oh, you finished that? James 3:14. You have more?
Time.
You sure? James 3:14.
James chapter 3 verse 14.
Go ahead.
But if you have bitter envy.
See, but this is the problem. If you let that bitterness reside, go ahead.
And strife in your heart.
And strife, and you do not want to let go of those things that, or mistakes that happen, or hiccups, right? Go ahead.
Glory not.
See, read.
And lie not against the truth.
See, the truth is that it all comes back down to Yahweh. If you keep this bitter spirit in you, it's unforgiving, then you are lying against the Most High. That's why your relationships don't work. Because you're lying against the Father. And you don't want to do what the Father said. But y'all tired as hell. They're tired. I got some dimming eyes in here. Look, we could finish this up some other time. You know how it is. There's not going to be a shortage of these classes. We always touch on it, but hopefully that enlightens some brothers and sisters. Huh? Okay. So everybody online, I'm gonna have to do my YouTube thing. If you got some value out of this, I'm just joking. No, but all right. Well, any announcements? Anything we gotta remind everybody? Passover.
Get your Passover garment money in.
And then
brothers.
October 2nd is
Memorial of the
blowing of the trumpets. Do we have a date for Passover? She did send it, didn't she though? She sent it. She sent the RSVP? April 12th.
April 12th.
So make sure you tell did Tay ask that? When is it? Yeah, let him know April 12th. So that's the date we got for the Passover. All right. Once again, it ain't gonna be a strain like going to Houston or San Antonio. It's right up in Rochester. That's a good thing. So April 12th, and y'all know that's gonna creep right around the corner. All right. Okay. Any other announcements? Damien got something online? You got 4 questions? All right. What Damien got?
First question is Proverbs chapter 6, verse 6 down to verse 10.
Proverbs 6 and 6?
Down to verse 10.
Go ahead.
You got it? Proverbs chapter 6, verse 10.
Proverbs chapter 6, verse 6.
Proverbs chapter 6 verse 6.
Oh, 6.
Go to the ant, thou sluggard.
Well, and these are the scriptures he wanted understanding of? Go ahead.
Consider her ways and be wise.
Right.
Which having no God, overseer, or ruler.
Right. So the scripture, the wisdom that the Most High has given us is to look at the base things of life, and you can learn a lot of these essential things that we need, like the ant, right? Thou sluggard. When we look at the ant, I mean, I'm sure at this point in time, y'all seen a good History Channel on the ant, on how much they work, how they have community, how they build, how they have a vision.
It's called a hive-like mind state.
Mm-hmm.
They're all working cohesively together in the unity and the achievement of a goal, which is to, like the scriptures say, read on.
Provided for meat in the summer, and gathered for food in the harvest.
Right. So their mind is unified in the. You said what? Their mind is cohesive for the goal of gathering the food when it's needed,
right?
When it's in season, because they understand they're foreseeing the evil. They're foreseeing hard times are coming, and they can't go out when it's cold.
Right.
Bring that back to yourself. Relate that to yourself. You're studying now because there's going to come a time.
Right. No, I just want to, because when Damien usually asks his questions, it's like somehow he's trying to add to which is not wrong, but it's almost like his questions correlate what we're going over. But I want to correlate it. That's what I looked at you. I wanted to, because yeah, when you look at it, it's a work. This marriage is a work, and we got to remind, like the ant, we got to be cohesive.
Yeah, because they do it. You said hive mind. We talked about due benevolence, right? What maintains that due benevolence? What keeps a hive mind? There's no quit. There's no quit. This is us. This is the hive. This is the relationship. Yeah. This is the work. This is the nation. There's nothing else.
Right.
Yeah. Can I?
Let's go. Let's go. Yeah.
It's on that 1 Corinthians 1 and 10. Because I know we read it all the time, but this goes and correlates with the ants. When you look at the ants, what do you consider? It said they didn't have an overseer. It said go to the ant, thou slugger, and consider her ways and be wise, which having no guide or overseer or ruler. Why? They understand who the females are. They understand who the generals are, who the army ant workers are. They understand who the workers are in the ant community. But why? Go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 10. Now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Lord, Yahushua, that ye all speak the same thing.
They're all speaking the same thing. They all speak the same body language. Mm-hmm. They don't have to have some dictatorship where, hey, you go here and you go over here.
That's that natural affection. That is something natural that's working without. It doesn't have to be an order. You're my rib. Cook me this rice. Like, okay, this is a big sacrifice now. No, it's natural, right? It's love. It's something you do for the house, right? My rib started making quite a shy and my other, actual lunch, and I'm like, these kids better be grateful because she's sitting there putting in her time, her love, her dedication, and it's not something that somebody ordered to do, right? She just wants to what? It's in her, right? It's natural.
Go ahead.
And that there be no divisions among you.
See, the division starts when you're not being joined in the same mind. You're not thinking
the bitterness,
right?
The envy, the striving.
You're talking about stuff. So read that part again.
And that there be no divisions among you.
Because the striving, the talk of the world, what the sister brought up, that's what divides you. That's what gets you out of the same mind. Now you're not being cohesive, you're being counterproductive. Go ahead.
But that ye be perfectly joined together.
How are you perfectly joined together? Because you're understanding not what you need, you're understanding what the other person needs.
Right.
What does that brother need? What does my wife need? What does my sister need?
There you go.
What does my husband need? What does my brother need?
Right.
That's what you're always thinking on. That we brought it up in the scripture yesterday, Ecclesiastes chapter 39, verse 1.
I know a lot of people are thinking like, well, if I'm always thinking about them, what about me? Well, that's the whole point of this mind state. If you're in the same mind, the same judgment, you're getting what you need because you're giving back. And where I didn't get a chance to go into was the rendering, right? The rendering one to another. Right? Either you're going to render evil one to another, or it's going to be rendering the what? The charity, the love, the compassion, the mercy one to another.
Right. The one we went to yesterday, it says, but he that giveth his mind to the I gotta get something, man. It says, but he that giveth his mind to the law, right? You're giving your mind into being your brother's keeper. You're giving your mind into the meditation thereof. That's why you're being perfectly joined together. Three things was I beautified before men and the Most High.
Right.
That's where He commands the blessing. Psalms 133. Because that's where you being perfectly joined together.
All right, now let's jump back to the Psalms, because we're gonna take these guys to 12 o'clock at night. Go ahead. All right. So the Proverbs. Did you finish that? I mean Proverbs. Go ahead, finish it.
Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 9.
Who had a question? Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So this about the class today, all right. So, the head of the man is Christ, the head of the wife is the husband, the head of the children, so on and so forth. So, really, like, if you're the husband, right,
you can't really talk to, your wife about anything, because, they can't see you, break it down or nothing. They're, throw that in your face, that's me from my experience. They throw that in your face, so, you go to Christ and, you talk to Christ about it, you pray about it.
Okay. One thing you said is correct there. Everything can be put on your wife's back because she's a woman, right? That she's a weaker vessel. That's why the Most High says that you're supposed to counsel, right? So kings counsel among kings. The Most High gave you brothers to counsel, right? You don't go to a weaker vessel, even in that. You don't go to a weaker brother and counsel. You got to go up to get strong, right? Iron sharpeneth iron. Okay. But the wrong thing you said there is they throw it in your face. And I'm not saying you're wrong. What I'm saying is it's wrong because that wasn't a righteous woman. Because if I sit and I'm talking to my rib, being a righteous woman, she's not going to throw nothing in my face. She's not going to use that to weaken me. A wicked woman will do that. It says a wicked woman abateth the courage. She makes weak hands and feeble knees. So there's a difference there. Your experience is that because you can probably say, well, those women, they weren't right. They weren't Hebrew Israelite women fearing the Most High, right? So, yes, two things in your conversation are correct, right? A wicked woman will do that, but you as a man should know that there's what your rib can't handle. Like certain conversations, she can't handle that, right? I know my ribs can't handle certain conversations. We're able to handle those conversations and deal with it. And they respect that. They know that, right? And but that doesn't mean we're still not communicating, though. That doesn't mean that, I don't tell you everything. That doesn't have to be said. We already have our connection on the level, and she knows that what I give her is what she needs. See, it's different when you actually take hold of the structure and being the godly man as opposed to what we were in the world. Right? All right, jump. Where are we at? Verse 10?
Verse 9. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard?
Right.
When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep?
Yet
a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands.
I mean, whoever falls asleep when the mission is set before you, the job, in the instance of the class, our job is to what? Remind ourselves it's a constant work to be here for each other. Whether it's to do benevolence, whether it's brotherhood, you can't fall asleep on this. There's no, you know what? Hey, Shalom, I called you. Yeah, but damn, you ain't called me back. Right? There's gotta be I missed the call. Hey, Shalom, I missed the call. I'm hitting you back. It ain't a day later he just see you and be like, Shalom. Meaning we can't sleep when it comes to charity. We can't sleep when it comes to love. If she's like, hey baby, I need to talk to you. Oh, it's 3 a.m. Dude, you want to talk right now? You probably got to talk. You know what I mean? Obviously, if it's at 3 a.m, she said she want to talk. There's a conversation that probably need to be had, right? A brother. If he call you at 3 a.m, Shalom, hey, I need to rap to you, man. It's too late, bro. Call me back. It's oh, yeah, the brother killed himself. What? Yeah, he called you, dummy. And you weren't there for him, right? So, we can't sleep when it comes to the duties of the Most High, right? What else? What else you got on there?
That was it. Proverbs 21 and 25.
21, 25. Come on, let's go through these quick.
Proverbs chapter 21, verse 25. The desire of the slothful killeth it.
Right, and you want something. The problem is the slothful man wants something. He wants what? He wants a righteous wife. The woman wants a righteous man, but you won't nourish the relationship for it to be righteousness. It takes work, right? You can't go to sleep. It takes the works of righteousness. You can't be slothful when it comes to the business of the Most High, right? And remember, these scriptures are applicable in any arena when it comes to our life. Whether it's the ministry, the work of the Most High, whether it's your children, paying attention to them, whether it's what we talked about tonight, to do benevolence. It takes work. All right, what else?
For his hands refuse to labor.
Right, and then you look at that guy, he really wants something, but what? But what happened? He won't do the work. What? Go ahead. What, there's something else? Right? Go ahead and read out. What else? All right, what else?
Proverbs 20, verse 13.
Proverbs 20 and 13.
Proverbs chapter 20, verse 13. Love not sleep.
Right.
Lest thou come to poverty.
Right. Well, that's beautiful because you realize that you can't get in that mode of, you know what? I'm tired. I can't deal with it right now. You got to mentally be there. And this is not saying, oh, you can't you can't get rest. It's saying spiritually you got to be ready. Right? What is needed and what our job is, especially being spiritual warriors, right? Was that it?
Open thine eye, and thou shalt be satisfied with bread.
Right. You want something, it's going to take work. And a lot of these relationships, man, take what? Consistent, nourishing work. Right? What else?
It is not, saith the buyer.
Right.
But when he is gone his way, then he boasteth. There is gold and a multitude of rubies, but the lips of knowledge are a precious jewel.
Right. Now, he's jumping here. Right? So read that again. Right? 1 minute it's talking about slothful, and then next minute it said what?
It is not.
Right. When you go to the juryman, you go to the guy in the mall, you be like, man, I can get that cheaper over here. You be like, nah, bro, nah. It is not, right? Go ahead.
Saith the buyer.
Right, saith the buyer, right? Or the seller. Go ahead.
But when he is gone his way, then he boasted.
Right.
There is gold and a multitude of rubies.
Right.
But the lips of knowledge are a precious jewel.
Right. So it's telling you, what are you going to go for and what are you going to desire? Right? Is it the wisdom? Is it the word? Is it the word? Right? What else?
Verse 16.
That's it on that.
That's it?
Last scripture. Ecclesiastes 10 and 18.
All right.
Ecclesiastes, last one.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 18.
Go ahead.
By much slothfulness, the building decayed.
Okay, so y'all understand, right? Right. It takes work. Right? It takes work to get this job done. And it takes love. Right? Yahweh Shai did it all the way to the grave. He didn't say, you know what? I'm going to retire. He did it to death. Right? All right. Wake up. All right. What else?
And through idleness of the hands, the house droppeth through.
All right. He knows what I'm talking about. All right. Go ahead. All right. Is that it? That's it, right? Okay. Say Shabbat Shalom to everybody, all right?
Shabbat Shalom.
Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. It's not that late.